beginning with all praises and glorification is given to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Yahweh the Most High, Yahweh Shai, a so-called black man who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Also salutations, props, honors to you brothers who labor in the spirit of sincerity, diligence, and faith to the best of your abilities. I want to do a real quick to the point lesson touching on the confusion of faith doctrine. Among Israel, you have, of course, what we call Israelite foreigners, Israelites who are the wheat, and also the confusion of faith Israelites, which are pretty much basically all the same. Well, a difference is the wheats is the elect confusion of faith, and in general, confusion of faith is just a term for Israelites who don't look like your traditional, typical, average, everyday Israelite. All right, I'm referring to the so-called Negroes specifically, and even the Latinos and Native American Israelites. All right. So real quick, we're gonna go to the book of James, then Isaiah, then Deuteronomy, and we're gonna wrap it up with Daniels. So this is the book of James, the first chapter, verse 1. And it says, James, a servant of God and of the Lord Yahweh Shai, Christ, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. All right. This was reference to the Israelites to receive the gospel of the Most High, but scattered abroad around the whole entire earth. Their location to be scattered abroad was prophecy that was given in the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, of how Israel will be scattered over the four winds, including where I'm at right now, Miami, Florida. Okay. Going to the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, verse 25. I'm going to jump on down to the 60s. So the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, beginning at the 25th verse. The Lord shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. When you jump down to the 15th verse, or jump up right to the 15th verse, it tells you that the Lord has put blessings and also curses upon the nation of Israel if they obey or disobey his 613 commandments, laws, statutes, his holy, godly, righteous ordinances, which you have the civil laws, the moral laws, the dietary laws, and the ceremonial holiday laws, the true holidays, which are only in the Bible and are spoken about in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, primarily. So the 25th verse, the Lord shall cause thee, the thieves referring to Israel, his people, the nation of Israel, all 12 tribes, to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them, and shall be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth. Kingdoms is synonymous with countries, all right? When you refer to a kingdom, that's what you refer to as a country back in the ancient world. Nowadays, they say nations. But that's incorrectly used by modern day English American standards. Because nation is supposed to refer to your ethnicity, your race. All right? That's how it was in biblical times. That's how it is in the Bible. So let's continue. Deuteronomy 28, verse 25. And it says, thou shalt go out one way against them and flee 7 ways before them. The reason why they were scattered into all kingdoms, all countries upon the face of the earth, because they were not dealing with the Most High's commandments. They disobeyed the Most High. Therefore, he allowed for their enemies to go to war with them and to defeat them. And therefore, they were scattered abroad upon the earth into every country. In the book of 2nd Esdras, it tells you how the 9 to 10 tribes were scattered abroad. And then they were conglomerated in captivity, eventually being brought over here to the Americas. They were brought by themselves here to America when you read in the book of 2nd Esdras. So this is the book of Isaiah to let you know what happened to the 1 to 3 tribes, or the 3 tribes, which is referring to the tribe or the kingdom of Judah. The kingdom of Judah consists of the tribes of Judah, Levi, and Benjamin. Isaiah 11 and 11 down to verse 12. It shall come to pass in that day the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar and from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. All right. Assyria is referring to modern day Syria going towards Iraq and even over there towards Palestine. Okay. Then you got right here in the same verse, you got Egypt. We know where Egypt is located. Pathros are from Cush. Pathros, Cush, and from Elam. Cush is Ethiopia. Elam is East India. And it says, and from Shinar and from Hamath. All right, Pathros, Hamath, the areas over there in Asia Minor, towards that region and all that. Okay. So who? What? Just go. Fuck out of here. Excuse my language, brothers. All right. Whatever, man. Anyway, Isaiah the 11th chapter down to verse 12. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. So Judah was scattered into the four corners of the earth, man. They were scattered abroad, north, south, east, west of the corners of the planet Earth, man. All right. So the point has been established. You got Israelites that are scattered over the whole entire planet. They're everywhere. They're in all countries. A little backdrop. What happens when you put men, all right, men, specifically Israelite men, among every ethnicity, among every nationality, among every country, among their women? Well, you already know what comes next. The book of Daniel chapter 9 verse 7. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 7. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us confusion of faces, as at this day to the men of Judah, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel, that are near and that are far off. James 1 and 8. James 1 and 1. Isaiah 11, 11 to 12. Deuteronomy 28, verse 25. All right. I didn't get the other portion in Deuteronomy, so I'm going to go back. But it says, unto us belongeth the confusion of face. All right. It says, whither thou hast driven us, so like I have driven them, because of their trespass, they have trespassed against thee, which is basically breaking the Lord's commandments. You want to adhere to all the religions and faiths and idolatry of the heathen nations? I'll make you look like them same goddamn ugly ass heathens, all right, that are your enemies and that despise me. Back to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, verse 63. It says, and it shall come to pass that as the Lord rejoiced over you to do you good and to multiply you, so the Lord will rejoice over you to destroy you and to bring you to naught. And ye shall be plucked from off the land whither thou goest to possess it. Verse 64. And Yahweh, the Lord, shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other, and there thou shalt serve other so-called gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. All right? Even wood and stone. And that's Christianity, that's Islam. Those two bullshit ass, weak, lame, mind controlling religions. So there you have it. You had the confusion of face, understanding brought to you, brothers. How Israel got the confusion of face, curse put upon them to look like the other nations. They went ahead and they dealt with the other nations, their worst enemies. That includes Caucasians, that includes Arabs, that includes East Indians, that includes islanders from the Pacific, that includes Asians, Orientals. Why do you think the Northern Kingdom, the Latin tribes, look like a bunch of Arabs? Some of them kind of look a little bit gookish. All right? Hell, some of them kind of look like Esau. But guess what? They're among the confusion of face banner. They look the way they look because their forefathers, nappy-head Negroes, got with the other nation, races of woman, and they procreated these goddamn niggas. And that's how the confusion of face, Israelite thing came into existence. And for you guys out there who are not spiritual to discern the Israelite confusion of faces, you cannot discern that this person that looks like a heathen is actually your people, well then that's on you, man. Just don't get in brothers' ways who are under the understanding of the confusion of face doctrine, who have the spiritual capability to discern the Israelite from a goddamn heathen. All right? So with that, I'm going to say all praises to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai for allowing me to do this lesson, you know, in the uncomfortable condition I'm currently within right now. All right? And all salutations, props, and honors to you brothers out there who labor in sincerity, truth, and diligence to the best of your abilities and delivering this truth of the Most High, which is the truth out of this holy Bible, man. I say shalom, and shalom, and shalom, and shalom, and shalom, and shalom, and shalom.